Hello everyone again. So focusing a bit more on flexibility with this class. Again, all you need is yourself, a mat if you have one, but don't worry if you don't, just some cushions for your head. We're starting standing and then we'll make our way back down to lying. Just keep it nice and simple. So let's begin. Let's find our neutral again, as always, rocking back and forwards. Find that middle position. Pelvic tilts. Lovely, find that middle point, roll your shoulders. And relax, nice and long. So we're going to start with some neck movements now. So bearing in mind we've got that imaginary string pulling us up through the crown of our head, we're going to just tilt our head from side to side. So we're just going to hold for a couple of seconds and then we're going to go to the other side. Keeping everything else nice and still. Try and keep the opposite shoulder down, so try not to let it kind of come with you. The other thing to watch out for with this is you're not looking round with it, it's a side bend. One way and then the other way. Lovely. Okay, back to the middle, bearing in mind still everything else nice and tall. You're going to left to right. Couple more each side, just as far as comfortable, don't force anything. Lovely, and back to the middle. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into bow and arrow. So we're going to take both of our arms up with our right arm, we're going to draw it back, slight twist through the upper spine. Imagine we're drawing back an arrow and then releasing, and the same on the other side. So we're trying to keep our hips pointing forwards, pelvic neutral, just getting some nice rotation through the upper back. And this can get quite stiff if we're sitting for long periods. So it's just getting some movement. Also a little bit of strength in your arms because you're holding your arms up. Keep it going. If you need to have a bit of a break, just pop your arms down and just go into some twists instead. Let's do one more each side if we can. And relax the arms by side, give them a little bit of a shake. Side bends now. So have your feet a little bit wider now. Toes pointing out if that's comfortable, slight bend in the knees if you can. We're going to just reach over to the side. You can keep the arm down or you can have the arm overhead. And the other way. One way. And the other. Keep it flowing. Keep the breath going. This time, just hold it over to one side. Just take a couple of breaths. Allow the air to really fill the side of your rib cage. And the other side. You can always come up if it gets too much on the legs. You can always come back to here as well if it's uncomfortable. One more each side. Lovely. Really opening up through the body now. And back to the middle. We're going to get some upper back flexibility, bending forwards now. So keeping a weight nice and equal between your feet. You're going to side bend to the right. So then you're going to kind of ragdoll round just to the middle. And then you're going to kind of roll up, a bit like you'll roll up and roll down, but sort of a half version. So you side bend first, you ragdoll around to the middle, and then you stack yourself back up nice and slowly. Side bend the other way, ragdoll round to the middle, stack yourself back up, head being the last thing. Lovely, a couple more each side. Keep it going nice and smooth. Just within the movement that you're capable of at the moment, just keep it nice and slow and steady. And then at your own pace, just make sure you're nice and even when you finish. And stack your way back up. Lovely. Just have a little bit of a shake out for a second. So we're going to go into some squats, get a little bit of warmth through the legs, and also start to introduce some feet flexibility as well. So we'll just start with our squat. Feet hip width apart. You can have the toes forwards, or if it's a little bit more comfortable, you can have them pointing out. The main thing is when we squat is that we stick our bottom out like we're sitting on a chair. So from a side view, you come out and up. We don't want to be coming forwards at all because that will hurt our knees. So we just squat down and up. Just do the range that you're comfortable with. Don't go any deeper than about this. So don't go any deeper than about a half point. Lovely. You can have your arms just running down along your thighs, or you can cross them across your chest, whichever you feel most comfortable with. Again, just have a little check, make sure that your knees aren't drifting in, so that as you squat, you're not doing this, you're keeping your knees over your feet. Just warming up a little bit through the legs. Good. Okay, pause there, relax the arms wherever they are, and we're just going to go up onto our toes and down. And then we're going to add them all together once we've warmed up through the feet. Good, so just raising up. Again, if you need something for balance, just make sure that you're nice and steady. Don't go up too high. And then we're going to add it all together. So we're going to squat down first, raise the heels, raise up, heels down, squat down, heels up, raise up, heels down, squat down, heels up, raise up, heels down. Keep going. As I said, arms wherever you feel most comfortable with. Might be here, might be here. Feeling a little bit of warmth going through your legs. Again, you can always pause if you need. Only go as deep as you feel comfortable. Shouldn't hurt your knees at all. If it does, just ease off slightly. Good. Can we do two more? Last one. Brilliant. Just shake it out. We're going to go down onto the floor or the bed, whichever's going to be the most comfortable for you. We're going to lie onto our side. So just set yourself up. We're going to go into a quad stretch after doing those squat exercises. So stack your knees on top of each other. The top one, you want to bring it back in line with the rest of your body. Bring your heel to your bottom. I'm just going to hold. If you can't hold your foot at all, that's fine. You can hold your trousers. Just make sure that you're not overarching through your back, so everything stays nice and in the middle. And you should feel a stretch down the front of your thigh. And just hold that. Lovely. Just a couple more breaths. And relax. Let's set up for our clam. So feet hip width apart, make sure they're, feet together, make sure they're in line with the rest of your spine, knees together, right onto your side, hips pointing up to the ceiling. And we're just going to raise our knee on the out breath. We breathe in to prepare, and we breathe out, we raise the knee and down. So this is our clam level 1. Good, keep going with level 1. If you're okay and you've been doing this a while, you can go up to level 2 if you wish. So level 2 is where you lift both your feet up and you do the clown from this position. Again, you can always stick with level 1, or if you need to, you can always drop down if you've been here for a little while and starting to get a bit tired. You should start to feel this really working on the outside of your thigh muscle. So raising on the breath out, lowering on the breath in. Stick with whichever level feels right for you. Just make sure that your hip's not dropping backwards at all. Hip stays pointing up to the ceiling. You can always rest at any point. And relax. Straighten that bottom leg, drop that top knee over into your glute stretch. Just take a pause here. As you breathe out, allow yourself to relax into the stretch more. Lovely. So, feet back on top of each other. Stack them back up so your feet are in line with the rest of you, knees together, hips pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to go into our side kick. So legs straight. We're going to just glide it forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards, like a pendulum motion. Just ensure that you're not tipping back at all and your hip stays pointing up. Use the front hand to stabilise you if you need. Keep it going, really working on my hip stability now. Two more. Lovely. Stack them back on top of each other. We're going to go into our arm openings. So arms both out along the mat. Just raise the top one up and back, opening through your chest and back to the middle. As you keep going with the movement, really allow the collarbone to really come back. So it's not just the shoulder, it's the whole front of your body. Opening up, releasing. Just have a quick check that your shoulders haven't made their way up to their ears like this. You want them to stay down. Brilliant. Let's do two more. Lovely. And we're going to do the same the other side. So you can flip over. I'm just going to change ends so you can still see me. Readjust the microphone. So set back up for your clown. Feet together, knees together, hips pointing up to the ceiling. Next breath out, raise that leg up. And then if you want to, you can go into level 2, so you can lift those feet, or stick with level 1. Remember, lifting the leg on the breath out, and in on the way down. You might find one side's a little bit weaker than the other, so you might want to drop down. If you feel like it's getting tired quicker, that's fine. As long as you're not losing that position with your hips, so those hips stay up. Again, you can always break if you need. Two more. And release into your glute stretch. Straighten your bottom leg and drop that top one over. Again, just have some nice calm breaths here. See if you can breathe into your ribs. Lovely. Just bend your knees again. Let's do the quad stretch on this side now. So again, if you can't bring the heel to the bottom, that's absolutely fine. Just hold on to your trouser, whatever you can kind of grab. You can always use a band if it's easier. And just hold. So you really want to feel that stretch down the front thigh. Make sure your leg's not here. Try and bring it back in line with the rest of your body. And just hold it. And you're going to straighten your top leg. We're going to go into our side kick, so that's forwards and back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. Keep it going. Again, make sure that you're not dropping backwards with the hip. Your spine stays in neutral. Few more here. And rest. We're going to go into arm openings now. So knees together, feet together, arms out along the mat at shoulder height. And reach back, opening through the upper back on that side. Hopefully as you do more, you'll find that you can just stretch that bit further back. Two more. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we're going to lie onto our backs. Into our hip twist level 2, so our knee rolls, feet together, knees together, and just slowly roll from side to side, really trying to keep them stacked on top of each other. Look the opposite direction if you feel that feels comfortable. One more each side. into our hamstring stretch. So straighten your right leg up. You can hold behind the thigh or behind the calf, depending on how flexible you are. Try and straighten the leg as much as you can. Keep the neck relaxed, and then pull the foot up towards you if that's comfortable. So you should feel that stretch down the back of your leg. And as you breathe out, just see if you can just push that stretch that little bit further. And release. The other side, same thing. And then release. Lovely. So glute stretch, right foot over onto left knee, relax that knee away and hold. If that feels okay and you want a bit more of a stretch, you can lift the left leg up and hold behind the thigh. And the other side, just stretching through your bottom muscle. Might be slightly tighter on one side than the other, that's fine. Just work with what you can, and just as you hold it for that little bit longer, just see if you can gently go into it a little bit more. Lovely. Then just get yourself ready for the relaxation portion. So again, make sure you're comfortable. You might want your knees bent or your legs straight. I'm just going to guide you through some hold relax technique now. So what I want you to do is think about gently pressing your head into the pillow and then relaxing it. Taking your shoulders down away from your ears. And releasing. Straightening your elbows out and holding. And relaxing. Squeezing your bottom muscles together. And letting go. Pushing your knees in, clenching your inner thighs. And loosen. Pushing your feet down. And release. Now see if you can push your whole body into the mat. Hold, 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 and release. Let your whole body just relax. Allow the bed, the mat, the carpet to support you. Allow your body this moment of rest. Now, bring your attention to your breathing. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in, big deep breath in. And allowing it to come out relaxed. In through your nose. and release. One more. Maybe start thinking about making some small movements with your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes and maybe roll onto your side. Always make sure you give yourself a moment before getting up, let your blood pressure readjust. And we're done. Hope you're all well and hopefully see you soon.